Makes him both the next chronologically emblem to be revealed. They've been going down the circle. But also the last one that got a lot of focus. I know we saw Roy and Micaiah in the trailer connected to people, but these were the three whose models we saw that got a lot of focus. Between that and them starting to run out of characters, I think we're getting really close to our next trailer, which is exciting. But before any of that, let's talk about Sigurd. Emblem Sigurd, also known as the Emblem of the Holy War, is a quintessential knight who has inherited the blood of the Crusaders. Yeah, there you go. I've been really excited for Sigurd to start getting some more exposure, especially because I think that game's coming out, but before that even, like, Sigurd is one of my favorite lords in Fire Emblem. So this is the first time that he's coming to the West in a way that people have a chance to get really connected to him. I'm looking forward to that a lot and seeing where that goes. So, yeah, that bio doesn't tell you too much, but this is the beginning. We're gonna start to actually get to know this character a little bit. And the title, Emblem of the Holy War, is kind of what I was expecting. We're just gonna get titles based on their games now. We got Beginnings, and then we got Echoes. You know, Beginnings because Emblem of the Blade of Light doesn't really roll off the tongue, and he's the first one, so it works. Emblem of Echoes because first Echoes game. Holy War. But that gets interesting because then is Leaf going to be the emblems of Thracia, just the whole continent? Or the emblems of 776? I don't exactly know. Revolution, because it's kind of a revolutionary war sort of story? I don't know. Emblem of Binding works for Roy. Emblem of Blazing is hilarious but doesn't really work for Lyn. Maybe Emblem of the Plains, I don't know. Emblem of Stones for Erica. Yeah, love it. Ike is definitely Radiance. Micaiah, Dawn. Lucina's Awakening. Corin is Fates. And I don't know what Byleth would be. The Emblem of Houses doesn't work. Emblem of Seasons, if we go based more on the actual poem from Japan, won't make sense here unless you know more of the etymology behind it. But it kind of works. So the names of the games won't work for everybody. But I think we can kind of get a pretty clear idea of what their titles will be. Sigurd's animations are clean, and he, being on a horse with his emblem, moves really fluidly, and that horse looks amazing. What I was really interested in from Sigurd was his support. He seems to be talking to Alir in a fatherly manner. I don't know if Sigurd knows too much about his child yet, in the version of him that's an emblem, or if he knows that whole story and how everything goes down for him. How they play that will depend a lot, because there's going to be a lot of either we as the players know, or some people might not, or he knows, and he knows everything that happened, but they don't talk about it too much. But him seeing Alir as potentially like a daughter or son could be a lot of fun for having him as an emblem, and it makes me more hopeful for how other emblems will be treated. However, the other really interesting thing about Sigurd is that Nintendo of America revealed him first, which means Nintendo of America is seriously on the hype cycle, which means Fire Emblem is going to start getting a lot more pushing, probably midway through November. We're pushing Sigurd. And that new photo of him that Nintendo of America posted looks nice. We can actually see the detail on his horse in what the markings on his horse's, I don't know what you call the clothing on a horse, but those markings look amazing. And emblems, it really does look like you'll increase bond level by having them using them in battle a few times, and then you'll get a bigger variety of skills. This game uses some sort of BP system where you can equip skills to reach a certain total. So instead of equipping 5 skills, each skill costs a certain amount, and you can equip them to a maximum amount. Maybe bonding with emblems more can help lower cost of their specific skills. Maybe it just gives you new skills that you can choose to use or not. I don't know, but it does seem like bond level is going to be huge for that. And the skills you get from emblems do change based on level and based on bond level. So they're going to be a huge boon in combat if you raise them. Again, maybe a broken feature. Sometimes new features are. But it's going to be what kind of sets this game apart from other ones, I think. So I think it's definitely worth trying. And I'm not mad about the feature. And if it is broken, then maybe they just make a stronger or a more difficult DLC mode like they did for Three Houses when they added Maddening mode last. So those are my quick thoughts on Sigurd. I mean, design's amazing. Love the character, but none of that is news to anybody. I'm excited to meet the other 9 emblems. We met the first 3 now, so I'm excited to meet the other 9. If there's more, I think they're DLC, and so I'm not trying to consider that yet until they give us what a season pass looks like. If they tell us there's going to be 2 more, or 4 more, or 12 more, or whatever, then I'll start making predictions on who they are. But for now, I'm just accepting the fact that there's 9 more. But yeah, it has been great as usual. I'm excited for Sigurd. I'm excited to see if he actually gets supports with Alfred, who he seems to talk with, and then Vander, who he also can engage with. So we'll see if it's going anywhere. I do think that Alfred seeking happiness and Sigurd being someone who fought a holy war for peace could be a pretty strong dynamic. They would definitely be a power couple, like a really strong friend group. But I'm sure that everyone who engages will have something like that, that if you know that character and if you know the character who engages, you'll be able to be like, well, this is why they're so good at it, and I'm excited to see what those are like. But to me, Alfred and Sigurd, just from right off the bat, they seem like they will really work. Well, awesome. Thank you so much again for this, and take care until the next time I see ya.